At the microphone over there, Mr.
Welcome to America, Mr. Mandela. Those of us who share your struggle for human rights and against apartheid have been somewhat disappointed by the models of human rights that you have held up since being released in jail. You've met over the last 6 months 3 times with Yasser Arafat, who you have praised. You have told Gaddafi that you share the view on, and applaud him on his record of human rights and his drive for freedom and peace around the world. And you have praised Fidel Castro as a leader of human rights and said that Cuba was one of the countries that's head and shoulders above all other countries in human rights.
Colonel Gaddafi, Fidel Castro, support our struggle to the hilt. There is no reason whatsoever why we should have any hesitation.
In my soul, I've been waiting to get my story out there. I've been waiting, but I had to get far away from the first. The funds go to Panama, the guns go to Africa. Drake the Hermes, protect the lost travelers. The K cost the band, the AR cost half of that. Promise I would stack it up and retreat to my habitat, where I raise my family at. I ain't gotta keep it on me, cause the line is inside. My heart turned to stone, my soul turned to fire. The demons turn to smoke and burn blue like the sky. You alley cats, scallywag niggas with no pride. You can't survive with no bitch by your side, or drip in your closet. Pussy on your brain, hate on your conscience. Fussing on your brothers, but Tim around the bosses. Man, that's some fraud shit, make me wanna off the proceed with caution. I do not panic, as long as you stick to a plan you can manage. I always use the devil weakness to my own advantage. Nigga, I'm a bandit, I'm from another planet. The plan was set in motion with Zach at the tavern, and many years later, you see it start to hatch. Every time I cook up, you get it by the batch. I trip the purest pimp shit, I'm smoking on that gas. When you trafficking, you can't be attached to shit. In the jungle, 3D print guns by the dozen. Around niggas who seen so much they bugging. From trying to fight the evil empire with no chance to win. In the middle of the war, my mind still is mannequins. It's not extravagant, shit just baffling. More gold than Tutankhamun or the Vatican. One snitch nigga spread disorder like a pathogen. So I only speak with the kings like a dragoman. Out in Spain eating sardines with the Catalans. Or out in Paris with my bitch, champagne and Madeleine. Spending money automated, moving crates of javelins. Spend my wife a verse, I can't write the second half of it. How hard is the shit if my niggas don't get it? Then she started laughing, you always been a chemist. Rearrange the matter, then distill it for the masses. That's why she mine, cause she understand the passion. She understand the cash cannot come from inaction. When we get high and watch the sky, hope the feeling never passes. The meeting of the souls was a fire and tsunami. The meeting of our minds was Mandela and Gaddafi. I can't tell you about this love is burning up inside me. I hope when I hold you, you feel it through my body. Sipping on that strawberry wine at Cipriani's. I stay low and prolong the inevitable end. The shootout with the feds, or I'll be gone with the wind. My partners in the Holy Land should be able to hide me. Yeah. The reputation I built, let me roam with no ID. The crib is clean for the kids, the safe is full of Tommies. Maintain the peace but never shy away from violence. The words feel empty when the threat ain't behind them. I ain't in the crib watching Power Empire. I'm trying to split my mind into pieces, divide and conquer. I stack up every dollar while I'm using to my goddess. Let's make a baby, the most divine offering. The plant the seeds of knowledge, watch them blossom, speed. I wasn't even breathing. I'ma spit the flame that's gonna burn up the heathens. Yeah, I'ma spit the flame that's gonna burn up the heathens. You don't understand. You don't understand my love. G, you don't understand my love. I'ma spit the flame that's gonna burn up the heathens. Baby, I was speeding, I wasn't even breathing. Yeah, and we got all kinds of yeah. Takes 50 years. Straight from the Caribbean. They said a wonder gon' choose the
Now, the latest bugging scandal involves the African Union headquarters in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, that the Chinese built in 2012. The French newspaper Le Monde quoted anonymous sources at the African Union headquarters as claiming that the following. One, that the Chinese had planted listening devices in desks and in the walls of the building. The devices picked up information of every kind from African officials. This information was then relayed to Shanghai late at night when the building was shut, and this had been going on for the last 5 years.
I always felt out of place, like I wasn't in my skin. A stranger around kin, like I came from outer space. Everything about me indicate I'm but a man, but I keep having reoccurring dreams of other lands. The black guy stranded, who hadn't lost their memory. Share a bond with Jews from Ethiopia to Tel Aviv. The rest is dead, a lord into the service of the enemy. Except a few, nigga, we want family like the rule. Like the deacons, nigga, we don't wait for shit, we shoot. We on our ones and twos, P's and Q's, breezing through. Sneezing on these peasant-minded fools. Diesel in the Beamer, engine cool. 100,000 miles off for two. We bought a new theater with a paint job. Switch emblems and rims with the ones from the Nissans. Trying to map the route from my airstrip out and keep mine. Shoot down to Cape Town. Yeah, I know my way round. I conquer every. I conquer every horizon I seen before I lay down. Dear God, I pray, please let these bullets rain down on the fake niggas that stand among our ranks now. On the snitch niggas that stand among our ranks now. The war waste, but niggas forced to stare it in the face now. Some is just gonna lay down, take what they is given. The culture's for the vultures, the black man is a nation. The soul is ancient, yeah. The culture's for the vultures, the soul is ancient, yeah, yeah. I can't feel no man whose ancestors was the pagans. Still mating with the apes while we was in our golden ages. Came up out the caves, spread a crooked civilization. When I went to the motherland, it wasn't no vacation. I did what I did, God knows my motivation. I met niggas who need caves for resources to reclaim. Cause some Chinese company came in and treated them like slaves. Hold on. Restarted, hold on. I'm going again. I met niggas who need caves for resources to reclaim. Yeah, it's a shame, yeah. I met niggas who need caves for resources to reclaim. Cause some Chinese company came in and treated them like slaves. We undercut the cost of the twisted ex-Soviets who get their inventory from whole government associates. Fuck them, Americans done flash some CIA lists. I know how it is, they got my nigga on that same shit. Came straight to your bases with an 18-wheeler full of 3D printers, fans, even ventilators, satellite routers, welding torches, diesel generators. Mogi whip the truck, we in the Jeep behind him. Abdullah sitting shotgun, but he the drone pilot. The first time we met, I saw he different in the head. He flying 3 miles ahead of us while filming it on vid, navigating me in real time like he the GPS. From that day on, I said I gotta rock with him. The reason that I quit is that a nigga got so rich. I lost my appetite for risk, cause these niggas like that S ain't sacrificing wife and kids to dedicate their life to this, to restore order in their home, or to avenge one of their own. But I know the feeling when you hear your partner smoke. Anger start to creeping like a plague inside your dome. And if you cannot block it, start to creep down to your soul. A virus worse than COVID, you lose all your focus. Emotion take it over, now you don't know yourself now. You feel like you gon' self-destruct quicker than you know it. You can't hear yourself now, you just want them demons killed. So I took my rainy day and walked away with 15 mil. Yeah. I told my niggas that I love them, we won't speak for some ages. I told them that I plan to build a crib and buy some acres. I hope they do the same shit. I hope they meet a lady, have some babies, and spend the rest of their days peacefully lost in the pages. I really hope they do the same shit. I really hope they do the same shit.
Morning, good afternoon, good evening. Depending wherever you are, all over the world. This message goes to all the black race all over the world. No matter wherever you come from, no matter wherever you claim to be a citizen, as far as you have a black skin, your root is from Africa. Every day we keep on talking about how China wants to take over Africa.
Fuck the middleman. So when niggas stand next to me, they feel like they're standing next to a mountain. Fuck the middleman, father taught me stand for the little man. The fire in the soul is all that determine a bigger man. You could be 6'4" or built like a gorilla man. Size matter to a bitch, not to these killers, man. Chop and flip niggas like pancakes on griddles, man. I can't give them mumbles or lyrical riddle rap. Take stories from my life, synthesize simple facts for my young niggas trying to figure out the hidden past. Movie hit the burner cell, I keep on the kitchen cabinet. Said he can't explain it now, but he got a little plan. Booked a flight for me on the double-decker KLM. Flight attendant flirt with me, but I'm faithful to my bitch. My first time in Algiers and there's panic in my heart, cause I don't trust the French, even though they come off soft. The evil deeds abroad prove to me they not evolved. Too many hoes I met in Paris was acting like some whores. Cause you can have democracy, but still not have no morals. They declared the rights of man with no guidance in their soul. What they did up in Mali make me think of them like squirrels. Cause what else is a man with no inner code of honor? I walked all the halls of the demons in this shit. The truth behind the lies, the numbers getting thin. I walked all the halls of the demons and the shing. And the truth behind the lies, the numbers getting thin. I ain't waiting for no man, I am the sleeping king. Trying to violate minds and we into leaking things. I be reading through the nights, I think I'm seeing things. I ain't waiting for no man, I am the sleeping king. Trying to violate minds and we into leaking things. I be reading through the nights, I think I'm seeing things. I do my dirt on my lonely, and one of the reasons is the feds is dirty nerds who do their research to completion. Search a whole circle and then find a weakest link. It's truly evil shit. The other reason's simple, but the story start with this.
Until Africa is free, no African anywhere in the world will be free. Our central task, as we see it, is the organization of the masses of our people. We see that our people everywhere are disorganized. And rather than people come to tell us what is the problem and what is the solution, they tell us everything other than organizing the people.
Playing 4D chess with the feds. 4K was in way over his head. They hate when a nigga money stressed to his grandkids. The problem ain't never been the bread, but where to stash it. In the last 2 years, they put pressure on Panama. Open all Swiss accounts. It'd be a cold day in hell before I leave my funds in the hands of the Aryans. The world was at peace till we was tricked by barbarians. The bags of cash recovered from warehouses in Iraq. Find a way back into the hands of the Americans. I guarantee this ain't the way them crackers had imagined it. Oh, I'm back again. Trafficking, traveling, we just landed in. The signal so staticky, not on skinfolk, kinfolk. If you break the code, you no longer in the family. Give them all froze shoulders, no cold daiquiris. Nigga, this is fast, I speak. If you come back here, you'll get drilled instantly. Chopper make you dance like a vixen next to Missy. That's all you niggas is, bitches with some misdemeanors. I was never there, wasn't there officially. Moving real stealthily.
But still wake up with sweaty dreams. Spend all your time trying to dodge the feds. You forget to watch for scammers and petty thieves, trying to keep my mind sealed to the enemy. I can and I will fulfill my destiny. I can and I will fulfill my destiny. I can and I will fulfill my destiny. I can and I will fulfill my destiny.
In this rough Cairo neighborhood, a place even the police almost never go, we find the weapons that are flooding Egypt's streets. Cheap, homemade guns. Simple, lethal, and in high demand as security has deteriorated in the revolutionary turmoil.
Yeah.
Said in black, you killed us.
I do my dirt on my lonely, and one of the reasons is the feds is dirty nerds who do their research to completion. Search your entire circle and then find the weakest link. It's truly evil shit. The other reason's simple, but the story start with this. Mogi poured me up a drink, I ain't even take a sip, ain't tryna chop it up a bit. I'm usually straight to business, but Mogi talking shit. Been out the game for 3 years, it looked like he got a itch. Said the time that he been gone feel like 3 eons, all cause the man he shot was a great uncle of Elon's. And he spit in his glass and cursed all the peons, trying to see what he on. Tell me your idea. One hit two licks at the same time and divvy up the rear. One is in Beirut and one's in Tanzania. I can sense it in his tone of voice that he really needed, so I told it to him plain. This is the agreement. It's usually 50-50 when you bring me to connect, but when we do this shit together, I know you'll protect my back. You the only translator that I know will be exact, but this a different story. We ain't had no time to plan. You hit me with no warning since I'm putting up the bread and taking on more risks. This should be 60-40. He agreed with no hesitation, and since he's risked his life for me, it feels in a way like we blood related. Can't lie, I'm excited despite the situation. Putting up 500K that I'm gon' make 1.8 with, and Mogi ain't to blame for how this shit disintegrated. He told me I could choose. Fast forward a few, I'm landing in Beirut, about to rendezvous with a nigga named Hassan that he know from back in school. I asked him if you trust him, and he told me, yeah, I do. At first it was all cool, had a guest house and a pool. Told me that he made a fortune, building urgent cares and private wars that took cash payments from the city's growth and wealthy tourists. Knew it was some bullshit, but I ain't gave it much thought. This nigga barely know me, he don't owe me no true story. Next morning, he introduced me to this young nigga. Said despite his age, he put a lot of trust in him. I need to ask him something to see if I can fuck with him. But before I started, Hassan interrupted me and pulled me to the side. Then in English he muttered underneath his breath, that boy is just a buffer. The less he know, the better. That way if he get caught, ain't no way that they can touch us. Tryna move up in my business, he don't know he just a puppet. I know it seem ugly, but this the surest way to survive in this industry. They must think Americans are arrogant little dummies. Stay in this shit together is what the voice in my gut screamed. Told Hassan, fuck it, if I back out now, they probably gon' up. Then he asked where the truck at. I left it with somebody, he said how far away. I said 3 hours constant driving. Yeah, before we speak any start the beat. Yeah, before we speak any further, let me chill. Wait for that shit to drop again.
Said in black, you killed us.
Before we speak any further, let me give you a reminder. Just 'cause Mogi say he trusts you don't mean all abandon caution. Don't know what you heard about me, but I damn sure ain't no amateur. I trust you with my cargo, what you leaving that's collateral. I looked Hassan in his eyes, and for a flash it wasn't easy. The panic that he tryna hide let me know he scheming. Said whatever that I need to feel at ease, he'll agree with. How about your wife and firstborn, nigga, I'm dead serious. And now, I know for sure this whole shit is a just, 'cause I'm a stranger, both these niggas gave that info up. If I tell them where the truck at, they gon' kill me while I'm sleeping. Told them why waste the time, I'm tryna stack some my cheese up. I'll go get the truck, bring it back here by this evening. Was the only thing to say, 'cause then let me leave them. If I could, I would be speeding, but the major complication is I'm in a foreign country where I do not speak the language. And if they pull me over, they might pop me at the precinct, or in the best case, run my passports and my visas. Irony is that I'm trying to escape. I'm driving like a senior, last resort under the passenger. Fully loaded AR, fuck the cargo. I'll write it off as a botch plan. I'd rather be shot by the feds than a con man. Fuck the cargo, I'll write it off as a botch plan. Rather be shot by the feds than by a con man. Yeah, rather be shot by the feds than by a dirty con man. said me succinctly. I awoke from the long night to claim what's mine, life sent me. More than a chain of sapphire, a once vast empire, 4K the prophet. Return to his true home like Volcani. The object of his thoughts, love of his woman and kinfolk. Them things blow, the choppers, the trumpets, the loud smoke. Spirits of the niggas we put rounds in. My enemies is dead for now. In the next life I'll encounter them. The universe expanded it, pull back and then expand again. Until I become sensitive enough to keep it still. Riding through the mountains in the Tezzy like a wind steed. And my speedometer holographic on the windshield. This shit feels like I can't even sit still. My mind is racing, I was just a baby when I took the red pill, now I'm impatient. I need my money now, no ifs, buts, or maybes. Nigga, fuck you, pay me, this is the way of the gangster. Forward 3 months from now in Freetown with Abdullah. That nigga went to college too, but ended up a shooter. He said Mogi told me about Beirut, want send in all the troops. He off his rocker talking walkie, wanna send them to the moon. And it's true, you know how I do. I could find them too, get them both in one afternoon. It's what I have to do. I told him, damn, Mogi speaking fast, but it ain't all that right off the jump. I should've sensed the jokes and known it was an act. I'm embarrassed that I missed the stench on both them 30 racks. Can't believe I slept in that bed without one of my straps. I think a year of living good must've dulled some of my instincts. When I look back on that shit, should have seen it in an instant. Mo thought that he was king, met his mama and his sister feel betrayed like a bitch. That's why he won a death sentence. But what did I lose? 300K worth of equipment, nigga, please. We make boss moves. I'm here and I'm living. In comparison, it seems to me the money's just a pittance. Mo notice in his head, but his heart just can't accept it. I mean, how could you expect him? Both his parents died as peasants, couldn't even buy medicine, didn't even have a kitchen. But from my perspective, I've learned an important lesson. So what's that shit, nigga? Yeah. Fuck the middleman. Fuck the middleman. Fuck the middleman. Nigga, fuck the middleman. Ay, be your own boss like the Jigger man. Don't pop no shit if you won't pull no triggers, man. The promise of success will send these niggas to the lions. Then they wasn't feds, they was petty thieves. Thought they stumbled on a lick, but they were way out of their league. Niggas ain't follow me, don't make them talk to the police. Right now money is abundant, don't go interrupt the peace.
Here's what's trending. Another day, another innovative use for 3D printing. The Israeli Air Force has turned to the cutting-edge technology to be able to salvage old planes. When repaired, they can still be of valuable use to the military.
I'm like the night with no moon. Ain't a drop of noble blood up in my bones, but I walk the same rooms like Havoth at the school, or Che on his press tour, Malcolm giving lectures. I don't fear the henchmen, their power is given. Mine is inherited, wise men know the difference. I'm richer than the vintage. Two things, I'll never be as broke or defenseless. If I could drop specifics, I'd be in the Guinness. But I guess the Lord is my witness. But my nigga Biff taught me one important lesson. Move like a deacon. Once the debt is settled, it's just you and God's secret. And strike with all your force when your ops at their weakest. That way the fear travel furthest and the deepest. And once you handle business, just go about your business. Don't be in the cameras. How many Panthers live to be grandparents? The price of the fame would have been that feeling. Dylan4K is the master, the assassin of the Klansman. In my formal robes of war clothes like Castro, I'm calm as the seas on the brink of disaster. You niggas not killers, you not real body snatchers. I had to dodge the feds, the real body catchers. GLE, smelling like the finest hour. The God I love, judge every man in his finest hour, but never waste an ounce of genius on none the cowards and punishes creations who work for the devil. Like Powell, the presence of informants make the room smell foul. I bring the dead heads back to life like the desert when the rain come in. You could never begin to understand the game I'm in. The road is full of snakes, feds, and shameful men. I got the iron, got the K, and I won't break and sweat. I get a plum taste in my mouth when I face revenge. My life changed the day I stood face to face with death. I know my ancestors mixed with the aliens. My enemies is nothing. How could I be afraid of them? My kingdom's long faded before they came up out the caves. I got pin bones in my body, I got fire in my veins. If you were me, you probably fake your death and change your name. I pray by now my remaining enemies are slain. I feel like the immune. My purpose must be clear. My soul out in my flesh by a million light years. I take a lot of life lived to write this shit, and still niggas never understand the high risk. The way that I was moving, they'd assume I was a flight risk and kill me with no trial and no court order, and get a judge to sign on the warrant post-mortem. The day that I was born, I knew for sure that I was free. Niggas waiting like a bitch that one gets swept up off her feet. When you operate at this level, the fall is never sweet. I don't cooperate with devils, I don't turn the other cheek. Spread disorder in my family, you could die, you could leave. We gon' mop, sweep. You could talk all you want, words never get to me. I hate real life enemies, nigga, take your ass to sleep. I just wanna live in peace, I want these niggas let me be. She want pee, but my game ain't for the weak. She gon' see, cause we plugged into the knowledge. Ain't nobody that I'm round, here's a dummy, so we solid. About to drop some firepower to the mother end right quick. At this rate in 5 years I could be flying out this bitch, but at that point feds record you like they pirating your shit. Probably pay off on your niggas to start lying to your bitch. It ain't even worth the stress. If I had a tiny brain, it might be worth the extra flex. It might been worth the extra sex. It ain't no track commandments, I ain't never heard no shit. If it were off the top, it'd probably go something like this. When the jug is finally up, don't try to change the consequence. Live and die by your decisions, never tell on no your king. If you happen to have children, wife her up and raise a king. Never raise your hand to them, let your ideas discipline. The well-being of the unit is a line we never split. To us that's worse than Muslims getting drunk and eating pig. When you put the iron price on one of your brothers, it's just sting. Either everybody eats or don't nobody touch a thing. Either everyone agrees or ain't nobody shooting shit. Everybody gotta read, they don't got room for stupid niggas. Put me on the Steve Biko very first time that I met him. To them the land with nothing without weapons to protect it.
We see a completely non-racial society. We don't believe, for instance, in the so-called guarantees for minority rights, because guaranteeing minority rights implies the recognition of portions of the community on a race basis. We believe that in our country there shall be no minority, there shall be no majority, there shall just be people.
My life is taken. Every twist and turn you can imagine. So my chest feel so heavy sometimes like it's gonna burst. Life is taking every twist and turn you can imagine. I need you to get little very quickly or I'll blast it. Miracles and treachery is all that my life is. Like my daughter's blue eyes and my creative escapes from the agent's new devices. Like her chubby thighs and her piano playing fingers that she get from my mother. My pops is looking down and he can see how good my life is. It's full of treachery and miracles like it's the Bible. If you and me, you do the same and bulletproof Proof the Tahoes getting calls from the CIA would make you lose your mind. Ho, try to go to sleep, but you can never keep your eyes closed. I got rich, so I retired with my body and my mind and my soul. Ho. And now I spend my days reading through the books and old scrolls. What a better life to live. Why not quit while you on top? Cause you like being boss of men, or spending time trying to dodge the hogs across the continents. Running guns just to free my niggas out of bondage. I was fucked like Ramirez before he had regained his conscience. Taking everything they taught me and reversing the process. Had to give it up now, yeah. To give it up and ended up on a higher path. Sometimes our own righteousness blinds us from the higher math. I never felt bad, not once in my past, when I saw what them crackers did to my homeland. And ever since a little kid I knew my inner goal. Had to leave it all alone. I can't survive if I can't roam. And if they catch me I can't snitch and buy my freedom with my soul. My only choice is take the cash, diamonds and the bars of gold, invest it all and lay low. Now my children are the hope. Yeah. When them devils took my pops from me, I lost all my clarity. Ain't no time to panic, gotta summon all the strength that my sleeping mind's inherited. And every day I'm fighting hard to hold down the insanity, promising myself that this hell is momentarily. I know God has a plan, I can feel it in me. And every time I'm tested, I meditate to the source and ask it for direction. If I decide it's necessary, I shoot till it's empty. Vengeance is the poison that we drink so intensely. All the shit I overcame, I know that it's meant to be. All the riches to my name, I know they was meant for me. How many of our people quick to give up on their destiny because our schools is teaching propaganda from the enemy? I've achieved eternal bliss, the feeling is so heavenly, but my soul heavy, sometimes feel like my chest sinking in. Could be left for dead on the side of the road stinking, but I'm still here to touch you, still here to love you. You provide my comfort, nothing is above you. You know my life is full of treachery and miracles. The stronger your belief, the more that you conceive the spiritual. Summon earth, wind, and fire just to find the reasons how the early kings was tricked and forced to submit to these heathens. When I'm out in Israel, I'm making sure my tech is most recent, studying the Kabbalah and all the mystic teachings, learning Krav Maga and the mental defense. When I'm out in Egypt, I feel like I can blend until the second I start speaking, but I feel like it's my homeland. I ended up a nomad, trafficking across no man's. I do these hoes cold like my nigga Jeezy the Snowman. If you still a slave to pussy, you ain't became a whole man. Never met a grown man who called himself a grown man. I'm only 24, but my soul is like an old man.
Colonel Gaddafi, support our struggle to the hilt.